and they would be immature over stuff.
I see. So meaning that you're a child.
No. You know what?
Toxicity. What comes to your mind when I first say this word? According to Urban Dictionary, when a person has a bad attitude in an online gaming context, which intentionally impacts the game negatively, that is toxicity. Over the years of my Minecraft gaming experience, I stumbled across different servers that many players play. But today, I'm talking about a server that 40% of the people who quit is because their player base is too toxic. I'm also pretty sure that you've probably stumbled upon this server, and you'll be surprised to find out that it's not the oldest anarchy server, 2B2T. No, I'm talking about Hypixel, undoubtedly the most popular Minecraft server in the game. Today, I'm addressing the elephant in the room. My aims for this video are: this is the underlying problem of Minecraft Hypixel's toxic playerbase. So, let's begin with the video. A player can't usually be found toxic unless the two parts are present, the physical act and the toxic mind. We can then determine whether a player is toxic or not. The physical act is the action that a player takes, like spamming, tapping the L, or just being mean. Then, the guilty mind is the mental attitude behind the physical act. What was this person thinking when they did this thing? There are different kinds of guilty mind, such as like intense, which is when a player does something on purpose, knowing that it is toxic, or recklessness, which is when someone doesn't mean anything at that time and was just angry and said something he shouldn't have said. Minecraft can sometimes be a competitive game, and when people lose, they don't want to feel bad about themselves, so they say things that make them feel better. This is also known as being salty. No one knows who you are online. Partial gamers often engage in toxic behavior because they think they can disassociate their poor behavior with their real selves. It happens with players with high rank such as VIP or MVP. And when they feel like they would lose, they say bad things about others to make themselves feel better. Let's suppose these players are kids who had not yet matured and couldn't control their emotion well. However, this is just an assumption. Have everyone ever said that you're bad at PvP, you suck, through tapping the L, or even swearing? Well, this happens to me a lot. But when I started playing Minecraft, none of this happened. We said GG or GF, which means good game or good fight. But you know what the metaphor is. One bad apple spoils a bunch. I also had a similar experience with this. Let's put this guy, which we'll call Mr. T, into detail. So, what you see here is just a basic misunderstanding. I made a joke about how he rage quitted. I made this as a joke to lighten the mood, but still he interpreted this as an insult. And this whole conversation just gradually got worse and worse. Overall, he's a short-tempered guy who gets annoyed easily. He becomes toxic when these things happen to him. I'm trying to bring out that even your friends can be toxic. So, this could be solved by a simple apology. Also, we haven't seen Mr. T's perspective. He doesn't truly represent the Hypixel player base, and we need more evidence to support this, so this isn't biased. Looking at the other side, there are plenty more examples from YouTube proving my point as well. Every once in a while, I see videos about how I beat a toxic player in Minecraft, or something similar like that in my recommended videos on YouTube. It's a disappointment to see content creators making something like this. My friend says people are using this advantage and get views. Guys, today I'm making a documentary about toxic players in Minecraft. First of all, what's your opinion on toxic players?
They're ruining the gaming community and make the game unplayable. That's why we always see those videos where it always says, I beat a toxic player in Minecraft.
So what do you think about the videos on YouTube?
It's like inducing and attention catching. Everyone hates toxic players, right? So content creators use this advantage to create those videos and get views.
Yeah. So you mean the players are exposing the toxic ones, right?
Not exactly though. They're not exposing them. It's rather like, oh wow, this is a toxic player. I'm going to beat him and give him the karma they deserve. Also, like, subscribe and share it to your friends.
But Gakson is correct. Get 3 views. Doesn't anyone want that?
Why YouTubers are making this type of content. I don't think you should do that though.
Why not?
Yeah, I feel like I could get the upper hand, like, because I've just got viewers, right?
Making that doesn't really help, and it would be rather scummy since that's an exploitation. So I think you should continue working on your documentary.
But will people watch that? I think if you made an exposing video, that will get more traction.
Nah, making beating toxic players videos aren't exposing.
I think it's like milking.
Exactly.
Let's give fast food shop as an example. While a documentary video would be like fast food shop is bad for your health, here's why. Whilst the exposing video is Burger King kills you. Do you see the difference? There's no source, proof, or any base of the point. It's contradicting and weak. Before we go into this iceberg deeper, you should check out the video down in the description below. It's the story that leads me to make this video. I also want to appreciate my friends and the people that contribute into making this video. If you do like this content, please press the like button. And if you want me to upload more regularly, you can subscribe. They're both free and only take you about a second to do it. Also, I had a 2-day conversation with my friend Gifts, and he peer pressured this video, and the whole time on making this documentary. I would have made a video ranting about toxic players all day long if I didn't have his help. So, he deserved most of the credit. Back to the video. After the conversation with my friend Toby, I decided to experiment. This experiment shows in about a lot of players how many people are toxic. While I was in the middle of testing, the best Minecrafter, Tanker9295 joined. Therefore, I decided to have a conversation with him about this.
Hi, Isaac. I saw your video about the toxic player. The editing was really good.
Thank you. I spent 69 hours on that video.
Okay. Well, very funny. Anyway, I read the conversation between you and him. I feel like you're trying to divert the topic about how Randy reacted. It's quite a good thing.
Yeah, I was trying to lighten the mood.
But everything just went downhill.
Yes, I'm thinking about how if I just kept my mouth shut, we would at least still be friends.
Well, this could be solved by a simple apology. I think that he was just hot-headed and this whole thing was just a misunderstanding.
Well, that's true, so that's why I'm making the video about toxic players. I might be the first one to do a full-scale documentary with music and everything.
I think the result will be good. You're quite skilled with editing after all.
Yes sir, indeed. Wait, one thing though. Do you think this video would turn out biased or not?
What do you mean by that?
Like this is everyone. Everyone wants a community with like no toxic player. That's like everyone wants, right?
Think of us in this case as like Trump supporters and Trump haters. Wait, no making those dreams then there would be better.
Okay. So
Let's say all your friends and you support Dream, for example. If you say things that make it clear that you support the Dream, not cheating in a video, the video will be made biased. It's important to say both sides, different friends being biased, but not expressing your own opinion, but rather analyzing the situation.
yeah, I suppose those players are like toxic players which have not matured yet. So they can control their emotions well and they would be immature over stuff.
I see. So me that you're a child.
No. You know what I mean.
Tanker9295 told me tips on how to edit my video. He is right about how I have to prevent my video from being biased. So now I'm going to interview 3 people about this as I finish the experiment. 2 of them, you know this guy. They're Jace and Rara Apple's MC, and you might remember them from the Squid Game video I made. You should go check out their channels. The channel link is down at the description. While you are at it, subscribe, because we are so near to having 200 subscribers. Also, one of them goes by the name Jake, which is the person who won my giveaway. I also finished my PowerPoint presentation about my experiment with toxic players. You can download a PDF from this, or you can listen into our conversation about toxicity over a blocking. Enjoy!
Yo,
Hello.
what's up?
Nothing much. What's up with you?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, that's cool.
Okay.
Recording right now. Welcome to today's interview. It's just gonna be a friendly conversation, so just chill and be yourself.
Alrighty, luckily for you, I am myself. It should be easy.
Right. So we got a really nice transition. We got some graph about players and bridge. You can see that.
Yes.
We got more graphs. This time it's about players in classic duels.
Yes.
Yeah. And like, how were they toxic? Here's the pie chart about what they said.
Yeah.
Okay.
Should probably be more.
That's the accurate pie chart.
Yep. So it's actually this is from like an anonymous redditor. He reached out to me and gave me the approximate number of toxic players. So thanks to him, we've got information.
Thanks, Reddit.
So the results, players in Bridge.
Oh!
The players in Bridge who was the most toxic was the non-ranked one. The second was VIP. Non-ranked player had 35 toxic players amongst the 67. And I must say, it's almost like half of the players. So that's a lot, actually.
That is quite a lot.
MVP players were the most toxic, as the percentage was like 43.75. That is really a lot.
Let me fact check you. I'm not good at math, so I'm not only confident.
Oh, okay.
Okay. 67 minus 35. Okay, that's 32 divided by 43, which is 0.70. So you were correct, but you were off by 1 digit.
You know, I can't believe all the most toxic.
Before was just Bridge duels. When we show you the classic duels, we see a huge drop in the chart. Classic duels was like less toxic than Bridge, and having most of this player-based MVP, we see little to none signs of toxicity. Only 2 to 6% of the players were toxic, even we tested more players than Bridge.
Too many.
MVP still had the highest percentage, having 21%, closely followed by VIP and non-ranked players. So the pie chart. And it explains like how players say toxic things. 59% said GG and then nonetheless didn't say anything like toxic. The second largest are swearing, and we had like 13% who tapped the L, and 3% who said some racial joke, and 2% said other stuff. In 150 players we tested.
I still can't believe that people still say racial joke.
You never know how toxic players really are. I think when players score a goal, you have like 3 seconds to get ready again to do. This makes angry players easily say negative things. Compared to Bridge, you can like instantly leave after the match in classic duels. Or it would just like kick you out if you didn't do anything after the match. There are like different ways that a player might get triggered while playing, such as like spawn blocking, juking, and clutching, or just plain sweaty playing.
Terrible.
There are many players with a division in Bridge duels, and it is very competitive. So, here's the Minecraft server player base. Look at this line chart. And yeah, we've got some like mini server like Cubecraft and Minecraft. And yeah. And you see like there's another chart, like very beautiful. It's in 3D, yay. Here we have a line graph with different servers. There is also the average toxic player in every server.
Some of it's decreasing, some of it's increasing.
In 2018, the toxic player like rose the number it rose.
Is it because of an update that increased the player base?
But what was the actual reason?
2018, like the Bridge duels was added.
Yes. More players played.
And so you can see that Minecraft's player base is gradually decreasing to 300. So a friend of mine says that the Hypixel toxic player base would reach to 20,000 players in 2025.
20,000!
Wow. Yes. There's more.
Alright. Have you ever like met any toxic players in Minecraft?
Multiple. And they have sort of racial slurs, which
So here we have some questions for you. Why do you think like Bridge have the most toxic players? Might be like every 9-year-old like from Fortnite or Roblox is like coming to Minecraft where these toxic players would be like, oh no,
Yeah.
these noobs, let's go all toxic at them best, and they will like go back to their own game like Roblox and stuff.
Exactly.
Do you think like having a rank spread toxicity?
No, I think it's just the people.
I think it's when you don't have a rank that have less to lose. So it's like.
Yeah, you've got a point there. I see. Do you think like toxic players have only one aim, and that is like by ruining their player base?
I don't know if they're trying to ruin the player base. I think it's just they're mad. And I don't know. They're just trying to ruin other people's day instead of ruining the player base.
Yeah. Though they're like full of themselves.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with it. Like,
if you were like a Hypixel developer, how would you like address this issue?
It's a tricky question. You mean by sorting it out? Like how would I resolve it?
Yeah.
They could filter the chat to make it so you can't say certain words, which could make it so. Well, how quickly do you get banned though?
Oh no. If like you go all toxic at a player and that player reports you, you might get like banned for several. Why do you think the toxic players number are gradually rising?
Increased player base of Minecraft and Hypixel and servers like that are quite popular, so they go to them servers.
How do we like prevent this from happening?
Make it so they literally can't say anything like bad at all.
Minecraft is a game that is rated E and up.
Maybe like we should like make Minecraft rated R. That would be
Rated R.
states.
Yeah, or they could make it whitelisted, or you have to be whitelisted so you can type in the chat.
Like, are you gonna just one by one whitelist them?
It would take a while to do that. It would probably prevent it, but
more agreed of a system that is like 3 strikes and you're out. Like, if you get
that might be more effective.
you get blacklisted from like Minecraft chat system.
Yes, that would probably work better.
If like Hypixel muted chat in bridge duels, like would toxicity decrease?
Right. So it really depends on the people here.
Fortnite doesn't have like chat though, right? Yeah, I definitely didn't play Fortnite. My friend told me that. Solve this if you had the power.
I have the power.
There's a lot of power in your hands. So
Yeah.
Alright. Here is a little guy. So
Yeah.
we'll call him like new player. This new player.
Now can we call him Red Plus MC?
What? This guy
Yeah.
called Rage meets an MVP plus, and he keeps spamming L's in the chat.
That's a bit mean.
Mm.
So
It-
he's
I guess
trying
that's
to
one of the
manipulate
things.
this guy, and the good in the new player called Rage is gone, and all that's left is this new.
No,
I know.
that's too off.
And they keep multiplying, and see what's happening. More toxic players appear.
No,
Toxicity increase really badly. Like everyone's
No.
sad now. Minecraft being the
No,
worst
it's
games ever. And sales drop.
no,
And toxicity.
no.
And so you see this tree here,
Yeah,
and all it's left is like the stump of it.
yeah.
So what we're trying to do here, we have to cut like the roots of the tree. And
That's the toxic tree.
exactly, the toxic players are the roots of this problem. We have to like get rid of them in order for
To eliminate them.
yes, in order for like the Minecraft community to survive.
Yes, we have to transfer them to Among Us.
Now we're going to react to different clips of people. I'm gonna show you different clips about toxic players, and we are going to react to them and evaluate whether they are toxic. At the end, we have to rate them from a scale from 1 to 10. He knocked me over, and you won't know what he said. He said, "Look, please."
And then he said, what?
What?
What is that?
I don't know. It's like a word he invented. He fell right there, and it led to my final.
Ooh, you won.
Yeah, I did. Then
Wait, so what did he say?
he said something in Spanish, like "puesto el culo." Here, not Spanish, no. So
Italian swearing.
Yeah. Oh, that's not ideal. That's. Yep.
Bad Italian. Bad Italians are usually pretty chill. I don't know why they do that.
Oh no, so.
So I take that back now. I think about it. All my Italian friends are very aggressive in their own way.
Italian, and that translates to "this is us" in Italian.
This is us.
I could just imagine him like getting out of again and just screaming from a scale of 1 to 10. How much would you rate it?
Yeah.
How toxic
This guy,
would he be? From
like a 7.5.
7.5?
Like,
I would give
Yeah.
him like a 7, just a 7. I would be very.
yeah, because like he didn't he didn't say a lot of things. He just like said some random Italian words and nubu,
Yes,
which I'll never
that's
forget.
what he just said. Loop. Here's the second one.
Villager. Oh,
Oh, interesting name, yes.
interesting name.
Quite interesting.
Well, judging by his skin and his name, he is a kid. That's the first thing I can say. He's a kid.
I would say that too. It's ironic how I'm making a video about toxic players.
When I first played on the Hive, actually, I was the most toxic player that I got banned from the Hive chat.
Wait, you were the toxic player? Wait.
It was like
That's like.
it was like when I first got my account, I was a toxic player, and I regret it.
Oh,
Coming from a former toxic player,
yeah.
I have to say yes, they can change. They can change.
I know. I was like wondering why would you say that they could redeem themselves? But now I like heard that you were a toxic player, former toxic player. it's like a lot to take in. That's like a really big confession to make. Like,
I know.
I mean, it's like good that you confess, because now I know you're like really
Yeah.
really changed from a toxic player. Speaking of which, like, what made you like change? Yeah.
Was me like actually starting to enjoy the game. Like, I used to get so upset when I used to like just snowball me off while I was on a bridge. Like, now I know that is not what you must do.
Like,
And like I don't blame him.
which like leads back to my point before. I said about how like some toxic players are just immature, but now you've like matured. That's great. Can you describe how you were toxic? Like,
So, you know how back in the day, like, your mom jokes were like just so popular.
oh yeah. So let's just continue. And like I jumped over him, and you know what he said? Incredibly.
What did you say?
I would say a solid 8.
Yeah, like I don't about an 8, yeah, because of what he said in chat. And his name, yeah.
Said in chat, I have VIP, yes. Do you think this guy is toxic or not?
No? I think he's like really happy that he finally has VIP.
But there's like a little bragging inside, but no, it's not toxic. I would give him a 3. Yeah, no, I would just give him a 2. What do you think?
Yeah,
So
the 2 seems fair.
for you too?
Yeah.
Alright guys, says good game, good fight, and he starts being toxic.
Wait, so does he say anything else other than that word?
There's a bit more.
No, there's more.
You just said El bad man. So I was saying, like, it's really interesting to see like people with ranks are like more toxic than people who don't have ranks.
Yeah. Like, people who don't have ranks, like, they're just playing the game and enjoying it. They're like, GG, good game. You're like, you're good at PvP and stuff. And now, like, it's really more the higher rank.
I know, like they're playing more like cracked and sweaty than without ranks.
Yeah, so I'd give that guy like about a 9.
9. I would give this.
I don't know. I haven't. This guy.
This
Did he already start off with some toxicity?
Yeah, some toxicity is like an understatement. That is the most scummy thing you can do in this game.
Okay, I'll see you AZ 5005.
Scumbag.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
Oh. Man's got the place, man's got the
fall together. Or like that little head movement he made right here. Like, he just like shake his head in Minecraft. How is that? Like, still he did like indeed spawn block him.
Yeah, 607. Round about that.
Okay, I would give him a 7, like yours.
Wait, you put your mum, Gak, toxic? Confirmed?
No. I was just go telling him the fact. Like
emotional damage.
Like his mom. Not toxic at all. And like he said, I blurred yours. Your parents gave birth to an orphan, and like that triggered him, and he just like didn't want to talk to me.
It's like just ran into the portal.
Yeah. why on earth would they like just still continue to like watch you suffer and stuff when they could like just win the game and get it over with?
No, that's a solid for that guy that's a solid 8.5.
I would give it a 9.
Solid.
9.
I have one question
Yeah.
and one thing to say. So I'm gonna start off the question.
What's that?
Were you ever a toxic player?
No. I may
Okay.
like books and things, but no, I've not ever been toxic and don't intend to.
Good to Gakson, man. He
Go-
deserves it.
Yeah, and go subscribe to Rara Apples.
Yeah.
He's really good Minecraft Bedrock
Yeah.
content,
I mean,
self-promoting.
yeah.
Anything you want to say? Like,
Subscribe to GaksonPi, subscribe to Gakson Shorts, and subscribe to more Gakson, because clearly they're the best YouTube channels around right now.
I read the book before, and it says about how racism is sad people trying to make the rest of the world just as sad. Their hatred is something we should pity them for because it keeps them from living full lives. I love how this sentence applies to toxicity perfectly, as they're trying to ruin most players' experience. Now we know how and why toxicity happens. How do we solve this? In our conversation before, Jason and I had different approaches on toxic players. Jace said how players are mostly young kids moving from Fortnite, and he thinks that Minecraft should ban all those players. He thinks that chat is the main reason that Minecraft is popular, while I thought the in-game chat would help spread toxicity. Rare Apple was a former toxic player, and he also thinks that toxic players can change. Jake and I agreed that Hypixel should have a 3 strikes anywhere out system. We all have different ideas, but still, everyone has the same mindset and wanting a good gaming community. If any of you need a toxic player while in Minecraft, you might want to know what to do. If someone roasts you for being bad or says L, you can say, what does that mean to our consoles? Still, this is not advisable, as they would still keep trash talking you. If you have a low rank, you can easily say that you have been only playing Hypixel for a month. If you're losing to a tryhard, you can say got to go L/hub. That way, they can't trash talk you anymore, and you won't feel that you rage quit. If you don't say anything, the person would assume that you are rage quitting. This reinforces the behavior of toxic players and be like someone I know, like Mr. T. This one is simple yet effective. When a toxic player starts trash talking, you could straight up say no you to everything he says. Eventually, he will stop, cause I don't know like anyone could counter anything that with. When you meet a toxic player with respect, they would be surprised on how you reply. They make sure your answer is sensible and calm, as it will bring out that he is the one trash talking. Do not be toxic, as being toxic means that he won't, as his aims is to make you be like toxic as him. Do not post your experience on YouTube. It makes you toxic by doing the wrong thing, though you think that this is for the greater good. Overall, I think it's best if we don't interfere with this controversy, as we have no control over them being toxic or not. If these players want to be salty, it is their choice. Though having players leave the whole community because of them is outright ridiculous. To those toxic players, open your eyes Anger doesn't solve anything, it builds nothing, but it can destroy everything. There are many quotes similar like that one. Many other people have the same life lesson. Control anger and not let it run free. For the sake of yourself and many others around you, take things the easier way. If you enjoyed this documentary, please tell me in the comments section below, and have a great day. And so, that concludes my explanation for Hypixel's Toxic Playerbase.